Welcome everyone to my video. For those of you who are here for the first time, welcome and thank you for coming. And for those of you who've been here before, thanks for your continued support. We spoke about a few different aspects of being an entrepreneur and the essential aspects of that, in my last video. Today we're going to be looking at mindset in a bit more detail. We're going to cover 5 different aspects that I have found to be very useful on the journey. So the first one is about setting goals. You must set clear goals. Most of us have set goals in our lives for daily tasks, for weekly, monthly, or yearly. They basically are a list of things that we need to accomplish and the milestones we need to reach on the way to those goals. There's a different aspect of goal setting that a lot of us that come from the Southern Hemisphere weren't grown up with and probably only got exposure to it when we came to the West. And that aspect is called the law of attraction and manifestation. Some of you will frown upon that or roll your eyes or raise your eyebrows at it and think of it as something completely ridiculous and something that hippies and new age sort of people do. Now, be that as it may, consider a man called Roger Bannister. Roger Bannister trained hard every day. He was an athlete, he was a runner, and he decided that he was going to set himself a goal, an achievement of running 1 mile in 4 minutes. And for those of us who have done any running in our lives, we completely understand what a massive accomplishment and achievement it is to manage to run 1 mile in 4 minutes. Now, when he announced this to the world, people thought he had lost his mind. Doctors, physicians, and experts from all over the place came out of the woodwork and said, he's lost his mind. His heart will explode. His body will give up. There's no way anybody will ever run 1 mile in 4 minutes. And through visualization and practicing every day and seeing himself make this accomplish in his mind before he actually did it, Roger Bannister ran 1 mile in 4 minutes. And since running 1 mile in 4 minutes, there have been many other people that have accomplished that goal and run 1 mile in 4 minutes. Such is the power of manifestation and the law of attraction when it comes to setting goals. There's a book called The Secret. You'll find it in written form and you'll also find it in video form all over the internet. Remember, look it up. It's called The Secret. By reading it, it will change your perspective on goal setting. The next aspect is practice being decisive. Avoid procrastination. Don't always be asking everyone's opinion on something before you actually do it. Yes, there are people that you need to consult, and there's people whose opinions matter, but you must be decisive. You must be able to make decisions quickly for the right reasons with the limited information you have. Sometimes there's a risk to it. You need to calculate that risk. And sometimes the information you have is simply not enough to make a decision, in which case, make the decision not to make the wrong decision. So you don't have to make a decision. Even not making a decision is making a decision, if that makes any sense. The next part is redefine failure. Mr. Thomas Edison, the man who invented the light bulb. Without Thomas Edison, we may not be living in light as we are today and have light available to us 24 hours a day. Thomas failed many times to make a light bulb. He tried so many different ways to invent a light bulb. And after thousands of attempts, when he finally made one, someone asked him, Thomas, how does it feel to have failed so many times? Now, Thomas had invested thousands. He had invested a lot of his own personal money in his quest to create light for people. And his answer to that question was, I have not failed thousands of times. What I've done is I have found thousands of ways that don't work. And finally, I found the way that did. So redefine failure. Look at failure as feedback rather than failure itself. All it is an experience that tells you what not to do the next time or how to do things better the next time you make an attempt. Face your fears. We come from a fear-based upbringing, a lot of us. Fear of failure, fear of what people may think of us when they find out that we've tried something and it's failed. Fear of how people's negative attitudes will affect the way we do things. It's all fear, fear, fear. Find ways to address your fear. Understand all the things and decisions you make that are fear-based and work on making decisions that are more based in positive thought as opposed to fear. As an entrepreneur, you will fail many times at different things, and that fear of failure will stop you from taking opportunities. Become aware of that. Become aware of that and understand how you can overcome that fear so that you do not lose important opportunities that come your way. Remain curious. Curiosity killed the cat, as they say. Now, we're going to talk about curiosity in a different sort of context here. Curiosity in terms of what your competitors are doing. You must know what your competitors are doing, how they are doing it, and how well or badly they are doing it, so that you can then figure out ways on how you can improve on their products and make things better. Now, when I talk about products, they're not always physical products. They could be services. Sold as a service. You could sell a service as a product. Figure out your competitors and understand what they are doing, and always work to make what they've already done better if you can't come up with something completely new. I hope this has been of help, and I'll join you again in the next video. If you have any suggestions or any other things you'd like me to cover, please put it in the comments, send me a message, and I'll be happy to work that into a video somewhere. Thanks. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye and have a great week. Bye.